good live tree. We have a dead tree or a tree over here dying. I see some deteriorating bark and that type of thing on it. And I definitely don't want to climb a tree like that. This tree here appears to be a good diameter for the type stand I have. So I think I'm going to go ahead and set up and climb this tree. Go ahead and make sure our bottom unit will fit on the tree good. Right there. Now I need my hand climber. Same process. You've got to get it in the right position. The good thing about the hand climber, if I need to adjust it, once I'm in the tree I can. You cannot adjust the base of your platform once you're up. You never take it loose or make an adjustment. Okay, I've got a heel strap that'll keep my feet into the climbing stirrups on this particular type stand. I use my tie-up strap to attach a tether between the hand climber and the base, because if I was sitting on the hand climber and my base fell and it went to the bottom of the tree, I could not get back down. I've got that good and secure. I've got a good bit of slack here. I always recommend that before you come to the woods, practice with your particular tree stand, because all of them are a little bit different, and if you get this tether too tight, you will not be able to have a good climbing process as we go up. Okay, so I got my stand set up. Next thing I want to do is get my essentials out of my fanny pack. One of the primary things is a pull-up rope that I'll be using to pull my compound bow up. Always intact in the quiver. I usually like to tie it onto my harness, secure it in some way. You definitely want to make it secure, because you don't want to be all the way up in the tree and have to climb back down for your bow. I got my tree strap that I'll tie in my harness. A couple other things I have in my fanny pack. I have a screw-in step, and I have a suspension relief strap. What the suspension relief strap will do for me, if I fall out of the tree, I can use this to tie into my harness and relieve the weight off my feet, and I can basically stand in my harness. Then I can use my screw-in step into the tree and recovery, and hopefully get back onto my tree stand. This particular thing I don't put onto my pull-up strap because I want it with me. It does me no good if I fall climbing up and it's on the ground. I'll go ahead with my tree strap, go around. I'll take my tether off my harness and actually loop it through. It's probably something you need to adjust. Alright, now I'm locked into the tree. My feet are still on the ground. I'm safe to go ahead and step into the stand. Okay, I'm up into the stand. Still got my pull-up rope. I'm going to step into the foot stirrup above the heel strap. Alright, feels pretty good. First thing I want to do is reposition my tree strap. I'm going to release a little tension. I'm not going to disconnect. Give myself just a little tension and I'm going to move it up the tree. Alright, as I get it up in the position I want, I'll re-tighten it. Now if I were to fall, I'm still hooked in. So, bring my hand climber up, rest on my forearms, and I start my ascension up the tree. Always before you take another movement or move into a different position, make sure your base locks in. Make sure your tree strap's not tied or hung behind your hand climber. As I move up, if it were to fall, I might fall a little bit of distance, but it's still gonna hold me. All right. Then I'll secure it off. Okay. Got my base good and locked in. I'm going to step out of my heel strap. Putting weight out here on the edge. Make sure it's locked in. Just a little bit of angle in my legs. I can stand straight up to raise my seat. Shoot if I want to. So now I'm going to pull my bow up. Free my release. Now I'm ready to start hunting. You know, once you're up in the stand and you're hunting, you want to make sure that you're real familiar with your stand. The TMA always wants you to read all the instructions that come with your particular stand, because there's a lot of stands on the market. A lot of them are a little bit different, and when you're trying to get in the stand or out of the stand and it's dark, that's not the time to be trying to figure out the basic operation of it. So read your instructions from your TMA. Make sure that you watch a video if it comes with one, and you practice at home. Take that stand out in your yard, find a good safe tree, and go through the motions just like you would hunting. Have all your same apparel and gear on, and actually practice with it and become very versed in its operation. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start down this tree. Start getting my equipment in order. Most of them are pretty durable. Alright, still got it attached, and I'm ready to start down. I'll stand up and reposition. I'm going to bring my hand climber up where I can get a good bite in the tree, and it's at a good distance from my foot climber for me. I'll step in my heel strap, put my feet in the stirrups. I'm going to put weight on my hand climber and get a good bite into the tree. And I'm going to release the foot peak and take a step down. Now before I take my weight off the hand climber, I'm going to make sure that foot has a good bite. Alright, and I'm going to start down again. Okay, now I want to reposition my tree strap. I'm going to release a little tension, not release it from the tree, and start to move it down. Got it repositioned. I'm going to secure it in place and take another movement down. Just repeat that process. Re-secure. That's pretty close to the ground, so I'm going to step out. Hand climber down. Bring my tree strap down. A lot of people will be tempted to disconnect from the tree at this point since I'm close to the ground, but you could trip and fall from here as well. Alright, back on solid ground. And I'm back safe.